Hey guys, Chris here. Welcome back. So I haven't made a Z06 video in quite some time. I've been really busy working on a lot of different things, but now I'm getting kind of caught up. I figured I'd go ahead and take the time to make a video and update everybody as to what's going on with the Z06. So in September, I had a bit of a problem. If you could see here, pretty big problem actually. I broke the number 7 piston. It broke at the ringland, and I lost compression in that cylinder, and I started getting a ton of blow-by out the exhaust because all the oil was getting dragged through because the rings were broken. So I actually jacked the car up. I took the oil pan off. I pulled the piston out with the engine still in the car to confirm that my suspicions were right, that it was a broken ringland. So you look. Okay, you ready? Here it comes. Okay, here it is. Yep, that's my problem. Look. The light. See all that right there? That's my problem. That's not supposed to be broken. Oh, man. But it's good because it looks like the pieces were contained in there. So that is good that most of the pieces are there. It's just right there. And a little bit too. This ring's broken too a little bit. But anyways, that's my problem. I originally I was gonna just put a new piston in and see if that would be okay. But then I took the oil filter apart, and there was a bunch of stuff in the oil filter. So I decided just to pull the whole engine. So the engine is off. It's getting rebuilt. It's gonna have a good amount of upgrades to it. It's gonna have forged pistons to replace the cast hyper-eutectic pistons that came with the car. Original crankshaft, original connecting rods. It's gonna have a bigger camshaft, ported heads, some ARP bolts, better bearings, upgraded timing chain, upgraded oil pump. So pretty much it's not going to be a whole lot different than stock, but it will have the bigger camshaft, it will have forged pistons, it'll have some reliability things done to it. So I'm expecting it to be a pretty nice engine. It should be around 480 horsepower, 485 horsepower, something like that, and it should be a lot more bulletproof than the factory LS6 in the car. So I think what happened was I drove the car at a track day at Pittsburgh in July, and that's when I first started noticing blow-by out of the exhaust. Really high RPM. So Pittsburgh, you go down the front straightaway, you do a left, and you go up the hill down that straightaway. When I would shift from 3rd to 4th, going down that straightaway, I would notice a decent-sized puff of smoke out the exhaust. I didn't really know what it was. I just kind of kept going, and I didn't see any leaks under the car, any oil leaks or anything, so I don't know, I didn't really think much of it. A couple weeks after that, I went and got the car tuned, and they told me the original tune, or not the original tune, but the tune that was on it was really lean, so they richened it up quite a bit. And there was also blow-by out the exhaust during the dyno runs. So if you go look at my video of when I got it dynoed, at the end of it you could see the blow-by out the exhaust there, and I'll put a link up on the screen. So that was that. And then I took it to the drag strip maybe like 6 weeks after the tuning or something. Yeah, I don't remember, six or 8 weeks later, something like that. I took it to the drag strip, and I actually missed a shift when I was at the drag strip. I was going second to third, and I grabbed first instead of third. I don't know if the revs were really that high. Kind of looking at the tack in the video, they don't look like they went super high. But before that missed shift, and after the missed shift, I was getting a ton of blow by. Like I would be coasting after the pass, and there would just be smoke all over the rear view mirror. So I kind of think those sequence of events, I think what happened was I overheated the car at Pittsburgh, at the Pittsburgh International Racetrack. It does have a big external oil cooler, but it was still running pretty hot. I think at the end of the day, I was getting 270 oil temps and like 230 water temps, which really shouldn't be getting that hot with this big of an oil cooler on it. This is the race oil cooler, so I mean, it's a pretty decent sized oil cooler. So I think I got it, the combination of it being very hot during that track day and also being very lean, because the tuners told me it was lean, and they richened it up significantly. I think they richened it up a lot, were their words. So the combination of being hot and lean, I think, closed the ring gap and cracked the ring land on cylinder 7, which, based on my research after the fact, is actually really common for LS1s and LS6s and such. If they're going to break a piston, it's going to be cylinder 7, because that's the cylinder that runs the hottest. So that made me feel better that it happened to a lot of other people. But it's unfortunate and annoying, because I wasn't planning on doing this much work to the car. But it's off getting rebuilt. At this point in time, I should be pretty close to getting it back. It's getting built by a guy local to me. He's almost done, actually. I should be getting it back like any day. But I'm pretty much caught up on everything else. I rebuilt the differential with C5 Z06 parts. So the whole differential has got all new clutches, and both output shafts have been replaced. The spider gear shaft has been replaced. One of the side gears has been replaced. There was nothing wrong with it. It all looked really good, but it's just got the beefier, heavier duty parts from a C5 Z06. I cleaned off the front subframe. I've had the steering rack rebuilt. What else have I done? I've done some other things to the car. I actually don't even really remember what I've done at this point, but maybe when it's done, I'll make a big video updating everything. But it should be pretty strong and pretty reliable once it's done. So I figured I'd make a little update video just in case anybody was wondering what's going on with it, because I haven't made a video on this car in a long time. But it's progressing. Hopefully in the next couple weeks I'll get it. Well, I'll get the engine back, get it in the car, get everything going, get it tuned, and get it back on the road so I can start driving it. So if you want to see that, stick around. I will make more videos. Hopefully once this car is done, I'll have more time to actually make videos. So check back soon. Thanks. Bye.